Hello, hungry people. Mrs. Big is up here. We're in the exact camp where we had our Bigfoot encounter. And this is the big berry field uh, that's right next to the camp where we were. This is the camp. And this is a great berry field. And me and Mrs. are picking these berries besides the raspberries we picked a couple weeks ago. We're going to combine the episode. And guess what, guys? All my hungry people, she's going to make a wild berry cobbler. And look at these. We got the red ones, and we've got the blue ones, and it's a plethora. A plethora. Do I sound educated now because I said plethora? Look at these. There's different varieties. These ones are a little smaller, yet I walk right over here into another bush, and they're so much bigger and plumper, but they're just billions of them. So stay tuned with us, guys. We picked a couple pounds together. You can see the different varieties in there of the huckleberries. And now Mrs. is going to make the huckleberry pie. So you guys stay tuned, my hungry friends.
Hey guys, Mrs. BBQ here, and I'm going to make some fresh berry cobbler. We just went and picked these berries today. These are huckleberries. They're a mixture of the pink and the purple. And then a friend gave us some blackberries, so I'm going to throw some of those in there too. Now this version I'm going to do is a sugar-free version. We use the Splenda, or the generic brand of Splenda. It tastes just like the regular. However, it says that it measures cup per cup. I have found that's not the case. It is half as much as you would say if you were using a cup of sugar. You would replace it with a half a cup of this sweetener, and it's going to taste exactly the same. I haven't done it with this cobbler yet, but everything else I've tried with it has been just like using sugar, so we're going to give this a shot. Okay, what we're going to start out with is I've got a cup of baking mix, any kind of baking mix, you know, like Bisquick type stuff. Cup of that, a half a cup of milk, this is, I'm not sure what you would call it. It called for a third cup of sugar, so I halved that, so whatever that would be. Put that in, and then we're going to do 2 spoons of the oil, or 2 tablespoons of the oil. Put that in there. And then we're gonna mix this up until there's no more lumps in it. It doesn't take a whole lot of work. And I'm just stirring with a spoon. And then you're going to pour that mixture into it calls for a 9x9 pan. This is an 8x8. That's what I have, so that's what I'm using. You want to spray it with some non-stick spray. And then we're just going to pour that mixture straight into there. I'm going to kind of spread it around a little bit. As you can see, it's kind of thick, so I'm just going to spread it around as much as I can. When we pour the berries on it, it's going to kind of distribute it around a little more. So there will be plenty of good. Okay, now we're going to put our berry mixture together. This calls for 2 cups of berries. I'm going to change it up a little bit because these huckleberries don't have as much juice as blackberries or raspberries, the other kinds of berries. These don't have that much juice, so it's going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to add another cup to this batch. But if you were using just straight blackberries, I would only use the 2 cups because there's a lot more moisture in it. You can see a lot more moisture coming off of that versus these that just don't have that much moisture. So 2 cups of berries. Unless you're using a drier berry, then you would use a little bit more. And then it called for 2/3 cups of regular sugar. I'm using just 1/3 of the artificial sweetener. Sprinkle that across. And then 1 cup of water. Just pour that right on it. And then we're just going to mix that together. Having these fresh berries, you're going to find leaves. Still a little few pine needles that I'm finding, but it'll be fine. Okay. So you can see this has got, now you're going to say, but now it's got too much liquid. That's not the case because all of that is going to thicken up as it cooks, and it's just going to be a nice thick sauce when it's done. Now we're just going to take this mixture, and we're going to pour it directly on top of the dough mixture that we've made. Just right on top. Get out the last few stems. Pine needles. That's the price for picking your fresh berries. But they're so much better than frozen ones. That's what it looks like right now. As it cooks, that dough is going to come up to the surface. And it's going to be wonderful. Now I'm going to cook this in the oven for about 45 minutes on 375. We'll see you when we're done with it. Hey guys, I just want to share with you where I got this recipe. It's not showing up on there. Here we go. It's on all recipes. It's baking mixed blackberry cobbler. I've used this over and over and over, and it's an awesome recipe. So if you want the recipe, here's where you find it. And I just substitute whatever kind of berries I want to use for the, as it says, blackberry cobbler. This time I'm doing huckleberry cobbler. And another thing is you can also cook this on the open fire, just like I did the biscuits in another episode. You can do the same thing with this. Just put it on your coals after you get a nice coal bed, and just estimate your time. It's usually going to be a little less time than it would in the oven because there's more heat. And to get it brown on top, you would just place some coals on top of the foil. You would want to cover it with foil instead of leaving it open like we do on this. recipe, the one that I'm doing today, you would cover this with foil and then lay some coals on top of it, and then you would get your browning on top like you want to. So, just an idea. Alright guys, here we go, fresh out of the oven. But I'm seeing a little difference here. The dough didn't come up to the top like it normally does. It's right at the surface. I'm thinking that's because of the berries not having the moisture like I was talking about before. Because they're kind of heavy. It is done, but it's super hot, so we're going to let that cool off. I got some burgers frying here, so once those are done, we have dinner. This should be cooled enough for us to have some, and we will dig in and let you know how it is.
Hello, my hungry friends. Mrs. Barbecue made this. What would you say this is? A cobbler?
Cobbler.
Cobbler of these wild huckleberries, red and blue, that we picked today. Now, I'm going to try this. So excited. And it's made with Splenda, right?
Yes.
No sugar. Wow. Guys, I mean, my gosh. Even if you, oh, wow. So even if you're not diabetic or, oh, wow, honey. Try that Splenda when you're making a pie or, oh, can't believe. We picked these today. Oh my gosh. I'm so blessed with this woman, Mrs. Bigfoot Barbecue. Now, if they made a good ice cream for diabetics, oh geez, honey. I feel like an animal. This is so good. So look, guys, stick with me on this channel. We're going to work hard to get more subscribers. We're going to work hard to get more different recipes going on. Get up there in the mountains and do some cooking. Right now, we have a fire ban. And we're going to get back up in the 105-degree type of stuff next week. Hang in there with us and just be friends, and we're friends forever. No, whatever. Bisquick, right?
Yep.
I love you. Blessings, and have a great day, you guys. Have a great day.
All right, guys.